everybody. This is Special Report on TruePowerIsMine. Thank you for joining me today. Uh, just got off the phone with Mark from Anaheim. Great conversation as always, and it just motivated me to jump on here and talk about the things that we talked about. All right, Trump says military to build border wall if Dems refuse developing. All right, so we all know that Trump has already said, he's going to shut down the government unless the Democrats pay for the wall. Right. Well, my question is this: how come the Democrats aren't telling Trump, remember what you told your supporters during the campaign, that Mexico's going to pay for the wall? Promise made, promise kept, remember? Also, we got to understand a couple of things about the whole Trump Pence impeachment dynamic. If they can manufacture a way to where they can indict both Pence and Trump simultaneously, then we can have Nancy Pelosi ascend to the presidency, and then she can resign after she names her vice president. And I think we all know who her vice president will be: Hillary Clinton, Rodham Clinton. And the issue is, guys, and this is the real deal, are we willing to allow this to happen? Are we willing to allow the same old oligarchs, the same old crowd, the same old crew maneuver the chess pieces, maneuver all the ability for, you already seen how they're shutting down the internet. One channel at a time, one website at a time, boom, 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 going right on down the list. Friends, countrymen, this is the time, not for us to stand up in stupidity or anger or violence, but stand up in clarity of purpose. Now, we can continue on, all right? We were also talking, a lot about, this is some things I'm going to research. I took a bunch of notes. Just bear with me. I didn't rehearse this. This is all just flowing totally organic and naturally. But I'm going to research the Gullah Nation. I'm going to find someone from the Gullah Nation, bring them on the show. Not someone just indiscriminately, but have them on the show, and so that they can talk about certain things, as far as, like, let's say, there are areas hit with a tornado, or not a tornado, a hurricane. Because they're not part of the U.S. government, the federal government would not give them any assistance. But yet, at the same time, if a criminal ran up on their land, the U.S. Marshals and whoever agents can just run up in there, irregardless of their so-called sovereignty, and take care of business. Look, we have to get to the point to where we're going to be honest with this thing. Do you love freedom? Do you? If you truly love freedom, then you have to stand up when other people, other countrymen, other citizens are being abused and mistreated. Not like the yellow vests are doing over in Europe, of course. I understand their frustration. I sympathize in many ways, but we have to understand the system as it is set up now. No matter what move you do, you're going to do what it wants you to do ultimately. That's why we have to break it down from just, I'm going to do this and expect this results. We need to understand what is the results that we want. We want to have a country where all citizens are treated equally under both law and order. Are we going to have a country where the rich or whatever group we classify is above and elevate higher than the laws, and the little peons and peasantry must just grunt and bear it? Because if that's the type of country you want, turn off this program right now. Go right on back to sleep, because that's the country you got. But if you want a country, a nation, founded on freedom for all, not just a few, then we have to band together. We was talking a lot about why, and I'm not, and this is not no particular order, but why do we find the United States has a base in Australia, a permanent military or Marine Corps base out there? We have military personnel, men and women in uniform right now in 27 different hot spots, nations fighting right now as we speak. In addition to Afghanistan and Iraq, that's included, because I know a lot of you guys kind of forgot about that as well. We are not meeting our Marine Corps recruitment goals. And one has to wonder, if this is such a peaceful time, why are we building up the military? I'm going to tell you why we're building up the military. We're building up the military because we're preparing to go to war, or war's preparing to come to us. Let's say it like that. All right. And then, and this is the real tragedy. This is the real tragedy of the day. When you try to talk to some of our fellow citizens, some of our fellow countrymen and women, not only will they not want to hear you, but they'll become upset about the truth that you're trying to tell them. The truth the Federal Reserve is not federal. The truth that there is an oligarch out here trying to totally manipulate and steer the society to a place that we don't want to go. The reality that man you see on your screen right now was elected into office by fellow citizens just because they were upset that there was a black man as last president, or at least half black, however you want to say it. What I want to tell everybody is that if we do not get this thing together, and we don't have that much time, if we do not get this thing together, then easily within the next 15 years, like Dimebag says, this will be a third world nation. Total third world, bridges collapsing, roads in disrepair, communities bombed out, burnt out. You're already seeing some of that now. If you don't believe me, just go to any major metropolitan area, drive around for 15 minutes, and you'll start seeing the telltale signs of social degradation and destruction. But that's going to spread like a cancer throughout the nation. Now, what can we do to solve this problem? What can we do to solve this problem? And it's going to take more than just some flag waving. It's going to take more than just, some piecemeal efforts. It's going to take us really coming together and really understanding that freedom is not free. Men, women, and children gave their lives for what they believe will be a free nation. But there's people on the insides that wants to rob certain segments of the population of their freedom and liberties, whether they be gay, whether they be black, whether they be brown, whether they be yellow, whether they be red, whether they be whatever. That's what we have to stand up against. No more of that. And if we don't do that, then the problem will be, maybe we will make it through, but the children will suffer. And if they don't suffer, their children will definitely suffer. The only reason why we have our technological advantage right now is because after World War II, we went 110% into weapons development and manufacturing, coming out with new weapons each and every year, spending billions upon billions of dollars. And the sad thing about it, if we would have took those billions of dollars that we spent on all these weapons and invested it into the young people's minds, into homes, into property for private ownership, preparing lands, infrastructures for new cities, we could have a very prosperous economic nation. But because the nuclear bomb, biological agents were, taken out the bag during World War II and never can be placed back into the bag, that's why we're on this course. And ultimately, guys, there's only one thing that's going to stop it. Unless you want to keep on seeing our sons and daughters be slaughtered on the altar of corporate profits. And that's what most of our wars actually ends up being. Take Vietnam, for instance. Rubber plantations. You like smoking them tires on the highway, don't you? Well, rubber just don't grow on trees. I guess it does. Just don't grow on trees here in the United States. But it surely grows on trees in Vietnam. I want to share this little video here with you. This one is the Kent State incident. Now, what's so important about this video is after this instance, white kids got out of the protest game. And Nixon said, as long as you go back to school and you make a C plus, you're not eligible for the draft. It was a wrap. This is why. This is why it came to an end. Once these white kids see, hey, they're shooting us too, we're out of here. Let's play it, Dano. Look at gas mask. You know what time it is.
Started down the commons, then the guard moved up on both sides of Taylor Hall and forced the kids off the commons. Then one group, I don't know how many there were, 50 maybe, perhaps more, perhaps less, moved down to the practice football field.
After you beat them, then what will we do? Will you ask them to leave?
They've got grievances, they've got demands, the demands on both sides. We have to talk.
And then there were a whole lot of kids around them. A few kids were throwing sticks and stones. That was only a handful, not more than 10, 15. And then the guard shot some tear gas up on the hill to disperse the crowd, and the kids picked it up and threw it back.
Perimeter, circle, right out in here. From the right, you move out. Just a big circle around you. You don't talk during a state of emergency, Mike. You know that. Come on.
I'm sorry, but
We'll talk as soon as we get this settled in.
they're sitting down.
Okay, will you ask them to leave?
This area immediately. Leave this area immediately.
And all of a sudden I heard the shooting. And then I saw people dropping to the ground, and then I fell to the ground also because I couldn't walk anymore. And
what the investigators have to determine then is whether indeed there was a sniper and whether the guard was justified in firing its weapons, or whether, as some people here believe, the guard, under the pressure of a rock-throwing attack, panicked and fired its weapons indiscriminately, killing 4 people. Ike Pappas, CBS News, at Kent, Ohio.
Wow. Wow. And we have to determine, I think we determined that there was no such snipers. And we determined the guard was just following orders. The same old we always hear. I was just following orders, mein Führer. All right? Start using your brain. Start thinking. Because a lot of your consequences will have effects way beyond your ability to see them coming. We have a shot because we're free men and women still. I don't care, a lot of people, we're enslaved to debt and this and that. We can change this thing around. As always, be kinder to each other. This has been a special report. Thank you all for watching.